Good morning. This is Lauren Spencer with Reagan High School, and we are going to be working page 51 of our note spiral. And we're going to do an activity where we practice learning how to cuss and BS. So this will be a sample of learning how to cuss and BS. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Hopefully that'll go fairly easily. All right. There, share a screen, boom, should be good. Okay. So page 51, note spiral, and we said describe the following graphs, make certain that you cuss, and we'll worry about computations later. Well, the very first thing I look at this is I sit there and go, hey, I can see the shape. And I notice it's mound shape, so I'm going to need to record that it's mound shape, so that's center. I really don't see any unusual features. If you don't see any, you can say you didn't see any, or you can go ahead and leave that out if there are no unusual features. The shape we said was mound shape. The center looks like between 45 and 50, so we can say the center is between 45 and 50, or we can say it's 47 and a half or about that. And the spread, I can go, well, my lowest value looks like 30, my highest value looks like 70, so my spread is about 70. So here's what we would say. Centered at 47.5 with a range of 40, and usually we should show that calculation. The cluster lies within the interval 30 to 70, so I've told you where it is, and the graph is reasonably symmetric and mound shaped with no unusual features. That right there is a full credit response. We talked about center, about shape, we talked about where it was located, and we talked about unusual features and spread. Next one I look at and go, hey, I have two humps. Looks like it's bimodal. I don't see any gaps. All right. So once again, I look at this and I go, it looks like it may be centered at 70 with a range of 30, which because we had 85 minus 55. It lies within this interval, 55 to 85. The distribution is bimodal because it has two humps. And the peaks, where are they at? About 67 and 77. Or you can say between 60 and 65 and 75 and 80 or something like that. The graph has no gaps or outliers, so basically no unusual features. All right, I look at this one, I go, hey, it looks like I have missing data. So I have gaps. It's been pulled or stretched to the left, so it's skewed left. All right. So I'm going to guess that it's centered at 50. It may or may not be. It's close to 50. If you said it was at 45, you'd probably be fine with that. But somewhere between 45 and 50 is where you're going to say that's centered. The range is 40. The cluster lies between 22 and 62 or thereabout. That's how I got the range. It's been stretched to the left, so it's skewed left. And it has a mode at 57. How do I know this? This is the one that happened most often, so that's where the mode is. Not always required to talk about, but you can. And there are gaps at 30 and 50, and so those are my unusual features at 30 and 50. All right, the next one. If I look at this part of it is almost all the same height. It's not exactly, but almost. So I'm going to say reasonably or approximately uniform. And that main section is centered at about 17. The main section is centered at 17. And they lies within interval 3 to 33. And notice I said the main cluster. So not the whole, not all the data, but the main cluster is located there. But then I say there's the range of the distribution is 72. And that's because I went from the smallest value to the largest value, and the range is 72, and it's due to an outlier at 75. So I've discussed my unusual features. So this is how you cuss you cuss your data out. So center, unusual, shape, and spread, and this is the appropriate way we cuss. Part of your homework assignment will require you to do something very, very similar to this. Thank you for watching.